Hi everybody, this is another Flying Rookie video, and this is my final range test FPV video that I'm going to make. This is the fourth and final one, and I'm going to be using my Foxtech AIO video goggles with cloverleaf antennas. The radio is going to be HITEC Aurora 9, and this radio got the stock 2.4 gigahertz Spectra module in it, and the aircraft I'm going to be using is the Hoverthings Flip-FPV with the NASA GPS. It's going to be using a Foxtech 5.8 GHz 400 milliwatts video transmitter with a cloverleaf antenna. The receiver is going to be a HITEC Optima 7, so I have no diversity antennas, just one. Let's go to Google Earth. So I'm going to show over here what I did on the previous flights and what I'm going to be doing now. So this is the general area that I'm going to be flying, just like I did in the three previous videos. And as you can see, the close-up that I'm showing, this is the area where I'm going to be standing, just like I did on the previous videos. Okay, so I'm going to go to Tools, and from there I'm going to go to the ruler, and over here I'm going to measure the distance, that I did on the previous flight. So the first flight I did with a Hoverthings FPV quadcopter, and I went all the way up to the amphitheater that you see over here, and that was over 700 meters, okay, or over 2,400 feet, okay, the distance that I flew that day, okay. And now I'm going to show how far I went on the second flight. That was a 1 kilometer flight. I went over 34, from over 3,500 feet, I believe it was, and that was over 1,000 meters, okay, or a little bit over a kilometer on that flight, okay. Now the third flight that I did, it wasn't a metric flight. The flight, it was imperial flight. I decided to go for the mile, okay. So you can see that was the distance. It was over 1.6 kilometers. It was over 5,400 feet. Okay, so it was a little bit over a mile. Okay, and that was the flight that I did that day. So it was over 1,600 meters. Now, this flight I'm gonna do now, going to the last rotunda. There's 5 rotundas over there, you can see, and this one is 2,000 meters, so 2 kilometers. Okay, and it's over 6,500 feet, or 1.2 miles. So that's what I'm gonna do on this flight. Okay, so you just get out of here, get out Windows 8, and let's proceed to the flight. So these 2 segments of this video, the first one's gonna be was recorded with a GoPro of the same flight, and the second one is gonna be recorded with a DVR that was hooked up to my video goggles. So this segment is the HD part of this video. So you can see I'm taking off and heading towards the target. You can see on the distance, you can see the communication antenna. That's going to be the 1 kilometer mark. Now, as I was flying low, I was, it was okay. It was pretty calm. But as I go farther away and I go higher, because the idea is 5.8 gigahertz, you don't have that much penetration through obstacles. So you want to fly far, you're going to fly high too. So that way you maintain the cloverleaf antennas on line of sight, and that way you get the best performance. The thing is that as I start going higher, like I mentioned before, it was getting bumpy because of some reason, even if on ground level it wasn't breezy, windy or anything, as I went higher, it was, like I was starting to get a lot of turbulence. And, it was a little bit scary. I mean, it's nothing that put me to a point that I would crash or anything, but it made me feel uncomfortable. Now you can see the communication antenna ahead, and at this point I was a little bit high, not that high, but I mean, it's just the wind on this altitude, it's really annoying. And I believe also the antenna somehow was doing some minor interference, with my 2.4 system. So I guess those little bumps that I got, it was because of my failsafe was attempting to kick in since I got the NASA UPS. I got returned to home. The failsafe returned to home. I guess that's what I was trying to do. So, but then after that, once I passed the antenna, as you can see over here, this got smoother again. Now, still the flight was really slow going towards the target. And right now I left the college grounds. I'm in the cemetery ground, so I passed the 1 kilometer mark. And over here, this area over here, I mean, it was kind of breezy, so it was slow. It was slow, going towards. I was getting some headwinds, and as you saw, I think the failsafe tried to kick in again. According to HITEC, my radio is supposed to have no more than 1 kilometer range, but hey, I'm going beyond that. So if he can go beyond that, he can go beyond that. So just past the first rotunda. As soon as I pass the second one, I'm gonna be 1 kilometer. I mean 1 mile away, or 1.6 kilometers, distance from home, and I'm already reached that. I'm about to pass the third rotunda down there. At this point, I was really high too. I was flying, like over 240 meters or over 800 feet. So I was pretty high. And even it doesn't look like it was that high. It was. It's just like this area over here is like higher ground. So that's why it doesn't look like it's higher than the area where I was, sitting. So over here, I'm about to pass the last rotunda, and I just reached the 2 kilometer mark. Okay, so you can see that you can go far without the need of using a ground station, regardless what frequency you use. I understand that there are people that they like to use ground station. You can see that's where I was standing, so you can have an idea, how far this FPV equipment without the ground station, took me. So I was impressed myself, that I could go this far. I saw people that they buy, this 900 megahertz or 1.2, 1.3 gigahertz, frequencies to do this type of flights, and sometimes they do the right thing. They set up, the ground stations on the backpack, but even if you set it up on a backpack, the way I did it is easier. I mean, you cannot be, the video goggles set up. Just using the goggles is better than anything else. Maybe if I wanted to go really far, like beyond this, the flight that I just did right now, or maybe if I wanted to go, through obstacles, like doing proximity FPV, then I might consider, using a ground station or using, low FPV frequencies. You can see that on my way back, I was flying really fast, and it's because in this moment I was flying with the wind, and the wind was pushing me towards home. But things I came so fast that I always overshoot my home position because I still was flying high. So I had to, circle around, like you're gonna see over here, so that way I could, go down a little bit. And that's what I'm doing right here, right now. Okay, so now you can see that you're going out to the appropriate, altitude, and I'm about to circle around myself. And that way you can see that I wasn't using any kind of ground station, just with the goggles, and that's it. Okay. You see, all I got is the goggles, nothing else. And now over here, I was trying to land over that helipad that I make there, but you know, Pro Wash just pushed it away. So I said, you know, to the hell with it, just land here. Now, what I'm gonna do over here is I'm walking towards the aircraft so I can show the equipment I was using, so you guys can see that this flight was done, you know, with what I advertise. Okay, so that's the radio. And you can see the module is the stop module, and the radio is still on. Now I'm taking my goggles and my video DVR, the FPV video DVR. It's the DV-01 from Foxtech that is attached to my video goggles, because the next segment of this video is going to be the Sansa flight. It's going to be the flight recorded, and so you can see, you know, how things look into the goggles. And you can see my Foxtech goggles and the DVR. They're still working, it's still recording. Okay, so let's go to the next segment of this video, and that's the one that was recorded with the DVR. It's Foxtech DV-01. Okay, and for some reason, sometimes before I take off, you know, my signal, you know, gets warped, a little bit warped like this. I don't know, maybe it's there's might be some issues with the OSD, between the OSD and the DVR at first, but then it just solved itself. You can see now it's working fine. And here we go. This is the same flight I did before. There's nothing different. It's just the most important thing is that many people, they asked me, you know, on the previous flights, that they wanted to see how things look on the goggles. You know, while I was looking at the goggles, how my signal, you know, hold on, you know, according to the distance that I was going, you know, how the quality of the FPV signal got affected. And you know, most of the videos I see on YouTube, people, they just stay within, you know, 1,500 feet or, you know, 700 meters from home. And when multi-rotors, normally people don't go, you know, that far. But I saw people doing, you know, the short distance FPV with ground stations. So I said, you know what, let me make this video so I can put to people that they don't need to complicate their life, you know, wasting their time and their money buying a ground station if they're going to be flying close by home. You know, if you are within 700 meters from home base and you stay on line of sight, then it's okay. You know, you don't need to waste your time or your money on a ground station. You can see I'm about to hit 1 kilometer and getting close to, you know, the communication antenna. You can see, you know, on the lower right side of the screen, and I still got a great signal. You know, I know by the point, you know, I passed the antenna, because I'm getting close to, you know, the interference that antenna is causing, you know, I'm gonna be getting some signal drops. And but you can see, you know, the signal still look, you know, nice. So like I say, it's pointless. Pointless, you know, ground stations for this type of flights are really pointless, even for the airplane. You know, now if you do fly like extremely far away, you know, I saw people that they go, you know, like 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. Yeah, you must have a ground station. You know, you gotta have it. There's no way around that. You gotta have a ground station, and also you gotta have, you know, like a long range, you know, module on your radio. You have to replace your, you know, stop module. You have to put, you know, like a, you know, chain link. If you go really high, you know, like you want to fly over the clouds, yeah, also you got to do the same thing. You know, there's no way around that. That's a must have. But that's if you do it with an airplane, because, you know, an airplane is going to give you long, you know, it's going to be faster. It's going to work, you know, like longer, you know, area, you know, larger area in less time, and it's going to be able to handle, you know, it's going to fly longer too, you know, like a multi-rotor. Most multi-rotors, they give you like around average of, you know, 9 to, you know, 12-minute flying time, depending on which battery you got. And you can see I passed already a mile, so I'm, you know, over 1,700 meters, and still getting the signal, even if the signal is dropping a little bit. So like I said, you know, it's no need, you know, for normally people that fly multi-rotors don't go this far like I did over here. Well, since I don't fly airplanes, you know, I said, you know what, let me see how capable my FPV equipment is. And you can see, you know, I still see where I'm going, even if the signal's dropping. and he had no problem with that. You know, probably yeah, also the temperature, you know, was a little bit low. You know, that affected flying time too, but you know, it was okay. Now I just passed 2 kilometers, heading back. You can see, you know, I'm heading at a higher speed towards home. Pick, you know, 89 kilometers per hour. That's like 55 miles per hour. And you know, it's because now I'm flying with the wind instead of flying against it. Okay? You know, you guys have to consider, you know, when you fly in conditions where the motors they are, you know, working on, you know, that are strained, you know, they're working harder, you know, the battery's not gonna last that long. Even if you get, you know, that kind of flying time, you know, that you normally get with a multi-rotor, you know, 9, 10, 11 minutes of flying time, so you have to consider that. You fly when it's windy towards the wind, you know, it's going to kill your flying time. Also, it's cold, also that's going to kill your flying time too. You know, LiPo batteries doesn't like the cold weather. I mean, it wasn't that cold this day. You saw the temperature, right? It's short, you know, but it was cold. You know, so as you can see, you know, I'm pretty high, and I'm about to, you know, I'm close to home right now, and you know, like I mentioned before, I almost overshoot, you know, my home position, so you know, I have to circle around and lower the altitude so that way I can land. Okay, so I'm telling you, this thing is great. I really love the way this FPV equipment performs. You know, it's amazing that you can do this without a ground station. You know, I mean, the goggles alone, it's a big investment. You know, you buy the goggles are going to cost you between $300 and $400. You know, the ones with, you know, built-in, you know, receiver, video receiver, and then on top of that, if you decide to buy, you know, ground station, that's going to make things even more expensive. So if you just use the goggles, you can see how capable, you know, the goggles are. You know how far you can go. So there's no need to spend more money. This hobby is already too expensive, you know, to be spending even more money on a ground station to do what I just did right now. You know, and just send my aircraft away and just back home safely. Okay, so what I'm going to show right now is the stats. So I'm going to freeze frame the image over here. Okay, and you can see my speed was 89 kilometers per hour. The altitude was 248 meters, and it was 2 kilometers. And you can see the stats also on Imperial, 55 miles per hour, 813 feet, and 1.26 miles. That was over 6,000, 6,600 feet away. Okay, so I just landed. As you can see, it's the same thing that happened on the HD version of this video. And I'm getting full satellite, you know, reception over here with my OSD. So you can see, I'm going to show again, you know, the equipment. You can see I got a stock module and on my HITEC Aurora 9. Okay, and again, I'm going to show the goggles and the DVR that I used to record this segment of the video. That is the DV-01. This DVR got its own 5.8 gigahertz video receiver, but it's not worth it. It doesn't get that reception as good as the video receiver. Okay, so this is now the video. So please don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, and share this video. And thanks for watching, everybody. Okay, bye.